Hey guys, so Kartaka here, and today I'm here with another Nendoroid unboxing. This time around, we'll be unboxing the Archer Ishtar Nendoroid figure, which is a servant from Fate Grand Order, and she's actually number 904. So this figure, as of the time that I'm recording this, is quite new. It came out, I think, beginning of this month. I picked her up around then, but then I haven't actually had time to open her, and I wasn't sure if I was going to or not. But yeah, that's my fate display case is missing. It has an extra slot for another character, so I might just put her in there. And as you can see, we have a little Budako ready already with her summon, so she's ready to see Ishtar. So let's crack open this up and see all the parts we get, as well as a little bit of a review on the figure itself. Actually, I'll use something else instead. Okay. So, I'm not actually a huge fan of Rin, but Ishtar's a little different. I like Ishtar a bit more than Rin. I think her bow is pretty cool looking, and her design is very nice. So I do collect a lot of Nendoroids, for those who don't know. And if you guys want me to do a review or unboxing for a Nendoroid I have, then you guys can feel free to let me know. I get a lot of Nendoroids every month, but I don't get every single one. So depending on if I get it or not, I might just do a review. So this particular Nendoroid comes with 2 extra faceplates. So it's like a blush Sundura face. And this is her Genki happy face when she's about to use her Noble Phantasm, I think. Give me a sec. Yeah. Okay. They're much better. So, yes, there's those 2 face plates, and of course there is the bow. The detail on the bow is pretty good. The paint job, it could be better, but again, this is a Nendoroid, so the quality is good, but it's not going to be as good as those scale figure ones. So it is what it is. It's still quite nice. They did a pretty good job at translating it into a chibified version of her weapon. So let's look at her main figure itself, because all her additional parts are in a separate thing in the back. Oh no, her little planet thing is here. So this is the planet thing you see when she uses her Noble Phantasm. Alright, let's look at the main figure itself. Just take the plastic out. And make sure we get all of it. Oh, no, I missed some. Okay. That's that, and then of course there's plastic on the joints for her twin tails. Alright, so there is Ishtar in all her glory. And there's the detail for her little crown thing in the back, headpiece, whatever you want to call it. The detail is quite nice for that. Again, there's a little bit of a paint problem. I'm not sure if you can see it. Just a little bit. Just the molding, I think. But it's if you look at it from afar, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. So it's definitely not a problem. It's a problem that's present in a lot of Nendoroids. Let's look at the paint here. Geez, there you go. Let's focus on my finger. So there's a little bit of paint smudge there, but those are probably my problem when I pick up the box, because usually the people there let you pick, but obviously I wasn't paying too close of attention to the paint there. Just a little bit, not big of a problem. I'm pretty sure if you get yours, you won't have this problem. I can get rid of it later. But yeah, for the most part, it looks nice. It's nice. Very cute. Not much to say about that. Let's look at her additional parts. So there's some tape here that is keeping it together. Get some scissors. That's the thing about these new packages for Nendoroids, though. The boxes are smaller, so they have to compact everything, and then you can't examine all the parts from when you pick up the box, because it's pretty hard to check out the parts from inside. Okay, there's that, and there's her. Her stand. Oh, she gets two stands. I guess one is for her bow, and the other one is for herself. That's interesting. We'll look at that later. But there's more tape here. Okay. Oh. So she has a lot of limbs. I guess that's why she's much more expensive than a normal Nendoroid. Well, not much more expensive, but she's like a good like 70 Hong Kong dollars more for one, I think, around that ballpark, because she gets a lot more parts. So I guess that's the reasoning for that. So I think this is one of the arrows that she uses. Some star effects for her Noble Phantasm. This is nice. And another version of the bow for her to sit on. She just sit on it sometimes. Or is this no? This is when she uses her Noble Phantasm. Wait a sec. Wait, what? Yeah, I think this is. Wait, I don't know, I'm confused now. Oh, no. Yeah, it's the back side for when she uses her Noble Phantasm. Or when she uses her attack. Not her Noble Phantasm. So there's that. That's pretty cool. That's a lot of parts. And she comes with a chain. The chain. It's actual. Oh, it's not plastic. So that's pretty nice. Interesting. Put that away for now. All right. So next, her hands. She has. Let's see, 5 additional arms. Not for each arm though, just 5 additional arms in general. And she has an extra hand for to interchange. That's probably used for holding the bow. It's not focusing. Well, you know, there's an extra hand there. So there's that. There's these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get 4 additional legs, 2 of each leg. But I guess these legs are for when she use them to sit on her on the bow, as well as cross-legging, the cross-leg thing you see. I'll take pictures of it later. But yeah, let's see. So in addition to that, there is the effects for when you fire the bow, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to use these parts to take some photos, as well as just repose her, and I'll be right back. Give me a sec. Alright, so it's time for a final verdict for this Nendoroid. This is actually my 3rd time recording this. My opinion on this figurine has flip-flopped quite a few times. At first I thought it was pretty good, and then after that I thought it was not very good, and then I thought it was okay, it's actually not as bad as I thought, and then finally it's a decent figure, but there's a lot of problems with it, mainly with its accessories and the bow. So this part will be mainly highlighting the problems I have with it. So in order to make her sit, you have to use the peg at the back, or the peg that you use to prop up the bow, or use the star effect in order to make her sit, and then you use the regular peg that you use to prop her up, for you to position the bow. And so I thought this was okay. The main problem I have with the main figure itself is that the peg at the back, I'm not sure if it's too shallow or if they made the hole too big, or if it's just mine. But if I use this peg down here, she will almost always fall down. It's probably an issue with her hair being too heavy, and then it not being able to support that. So if they made the hole on the back of her hair instead, like they did with some of the other Nendoroids, like I think they did it with Madoka, and there's a few, I think. But yeah, if they made the hole in the back of the hair, it won't look as nice, but it'll make it more sturdy when you display it. So this is my issue with the main figure itself. Even if you look at me wobble, it kind of shakes a lot, and that's not usually supposed to happen. Usually the Nendoroids are very, very still when you put them with the back peg. The next issue I have with mainly is the bow itself. You have a couple ways of propping it up. One is with this peg here, when used for her to sit. The second one is obviously with this one. That's for you when you use the star effects. You'll see that in the video I have in the back. And the last one is with this bit here. It has a second part where you use, well, actually, I guess using this as this part. This part here is going to be used to set it up upright if you want to use her attack, using her pretending to attack. The main problem with this is that the bow, the big bow is too heavy, so it puts a lot of strain on this part, and this part actually snapped. Mine snapped, so I'm currently using super glue to see if I can mend it, but I will probably put this on the small one and then see how it goes from there. Yeah, so it put too much strain on this part because mainly this is too flimsy in order to carry this thing. This thing that's too heavy. This thing is like around the same weight. Actually, no, the Nendoroid is much heavier because of the hair, but this thing it's pretty heavy on its own. But this little thing here can't really keep it upright for too long, and it puts a lot of strain on the joint here, especially since it's pretty flimsy. You can see. Usually they give you these parts to hold to position something lighter. So I'm not really sure why they decided to go with this one for that. Especially since if you look at, where is it? The hole for it is here, and it doesn't actually make a perfect fit. So you have to actually jam this in there. So when you jam it in there, you put a little pressure on this too, so that might also cause it to snap. So mainly it's an issue with the design of the bow, but I think that's about it. Everything else is nice. The second, the smaller one, the back of the bow, not too much of a problem there. I don't have any problem with it at all, actually. It's fine. It's not too heavy. This one is pretty much just the right size for that one. And yeah, instead of using the two platforms, I decided to go with this in the end, because if you want to make her sit, it's kind of an awkward position, since this thing has a fixed height, and this thing can't really adjust it if you use this one. So unless you use both, but that one, it kind of uses too much space if you do it like that. So I decided to use this instead. This is from my Tamamo figure, Nendoroid. So I swapped their fans. So yeah, overall the figurine, I will probably give it a 3 out of 5. It's a nicely designed figure, but there are problems with it, and I think in the long run, as time goes on, it will just deteriorate more. So, because the problem with the weight, it won't fix, but the plastic will deteriorate. So I don't recommend keeping it in the upright position for too long. There's some other really cute poses you can do though, so I think that will be fine. So I'll probably keep it in that position for a long time. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this Nendoroid review. This Nendoroid gets a 3 out of 5. Got some points deducted for the design on the bow, and the hole in the back of her pack for the peg. So those are points deducted there. Nothing else much to say. If you guys have bought this Nendoroid, let me know if you had the same problem as me, or if mine is just has a bit of problem. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this review. Let me know how you guys like this figure, and if you haven't bought it, let me know if you're gonna get it. If you have bought it, let me know if you have any problems with it. This is another Nendoroid unboxing. This is Karadaku, and if you have any Nendoroid requests, you can let me know. I have a lot of unopened ones right now, or if you want me to do a review on one I already opened, then I can just do that. It won't have the opening portion, but it will have the review. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.